Welcome. In this lecture, we're still just focusing on the shapes, but we're going to take these basic shapes that we've created and turn them into slightly more complex shapes because trees in real life don't actually just look like this. They're not a circle and a square and a couple of lines. They're a little bit more complicated, so we're going to go over some of those things you can do. Now, what do we know about trees? Well, trees have leaves, so a circle doesn't really work up here for the top of the tree because it doesn't look very leafy. So let's start drawing some little kind of leaves coming out of this tree like this. And in fact, before we do that, let's change the shape up here just a little bit because an exact circle isn't going to look super great. Trees aren't exact circles. So I'm going to add a little bit over here, maybe subtract a little bit right here. And it kind of looks like a heart. That's not really what I'm intending. So let's erase some of this right here actually. And come over like this. Something like that. I'm kind of being really rough here, not sticking to anything too. I'm not committing to anything too much. Kind of rough here. But that looks better. It doesn't look as much like just an exact circle. We can actually take out some of this as well right there. So now we're going to go through and add kind of our leaves coming out of here. And don't worry too much about making these super clean and perfect because we're not on edges yet. We're just worrying about the basic shapes. So coming out with some leaves like this, however you want to do it, is going to look great. Remember, this may even be your only second drawing. If you followed along with the first one, this may just be your second pixel art drawing, so don't worry too much about it being perfect at this point. So we've got that going. Now, what else do we know about trees? Well, trees usually, the trunk is usually thicker and then gets thinner, so this right here looks kind of strange because it starts out kind of thinner and then gets thicker instead of thicker and then thinner. So I'm just trying to change that so it kind of switches the other way. And then trees also have roots, so I'm going to come down and draw just the roots usually kind of come out like this and they go into the ground some way and kind of disappear into the ground. So there we go. We've taken our basic shape that we had for the tree, just the circle and the square, and we've turned it into a slightly more complex shape that's starting to look more like a tree. So thank you guys so much for watching this lecture, and I will see you guys in the next one.